Answer should be 14 over 15. Number 2. Answer is 19 over 20. Number 3. Answer should be 41 over 36. Pick a number from 1 to 20 and drop it off. Winning numbers today are 10 and 4. Flashcard, say the answer out loud. Homework answers. Number 1 is 8 1/3. 2 is 5 2/15. 3 is 20 1/18. 4 is 23 1/10. 5 is 48 3/4. 6 is 2 1/24. 7 is 18 9/10. 8 is 15 5/18. 9 is 18 1/5. 10 is 28 9/10. Homework problem, we're going to convert these. We could convert them into improper fractions, but that would lead you to a lot of large multiplication, which is difficult without a calculator. So we'll just do this as 5 plus 1/4, and then 4 plus 2/5, and go back and multiply 5 times 4, and then 5 times 2/5, and then 1/4 times 4, and 1/4 times 2/5. Alright, we can simplify. 10 over 5 is 2, and 4 over 4 is 1. And this one here on the end goes to 1/10. 20, 2, and 3 should be 23 and 1/10. Another homework problem. 5 plus 2/5, and then multiply that by 3 plus a half. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times a half is 5 over 2. And then 2/5 times 3 is 6 over 5. And 2/5 times a half is 2 over 10. You're going to have to change these to all 10s anyway, so just leave them there and make a common denominator of 10 all the way through, which means this one won't change. You're multiplying this one by 5, that's where we get the 25. And this one by 2, that's where we get 12. So go back through and add them up. 25 and 12 is 37, plus 2 is 39. And then 39 over 10 is the same thing as 3 9/10. Plus 15 would be 18 and 9/10. Objectives for today: to solve order of operations problems that contain fractions. Example number 1. 1/2 plus 3/4 times 1/3. The order of operations say that you have to do this first. So only concentrate on that. 3/4 times 1/3 is 3 over 12. And you can simplify that. Keep the 1/2, and 3 over 12 is the same as 1 over 4. And then you need a common denominator of 8. Multiply this by 2, so that's where we get a 2 there. And then by 4 here, that's where we get a 4 there. And then add them up to get 6 over 8. But reduce that. I've put a stray symbol in here I don't need. I'll just scratch it out. And make it 3 over 4 for the final answer. Remember, you have to do multiplication first, so multiply the tops and the bottoms. That's where 3 over 12 comes from. Reduce that and add it with the 1/2. Common denominator is 8. Add the fractions to get 6 over 8, and the final answer is 3 over 4.
Where did you get to?
Example number 2. You have to do multiplication first. So multiply the tops to get 8 and the bottoms to get 15, and then add that with 1/2. The least common multiple between 15 and 2 is going to be 30. So we'll put 30 down, and we have to multiply the 15 by 2, so 8 times 2 is 16, 2 by 15, and then 1 by 15. And add up the tops to get 31 over 30, and convert that to a mixed number. 1 and 1/30. Flashcards first. What's the least common multiple between 2, 3, and 5? The lowest number they all go into.
15. Well,
Not 15. Close. If you go by 2, it would be what? Yes. Answer is 30. 4, 6, and 8. What's the lowest number they all three go into? 2, 4, and 10.
20.
3, 10, and 15. 6, 10, and 20. 60 is right. Practice number 1. 3/5 plus 1/4 times 2/3. Bonus number 1. Solution on this one is 1 and 1/6. Go ahead and make all your answers mixed numbers for the ones that you can. Bonus number 2. 5/6 minus 1/2. Bonus answer should be 1 over 3. Practice 1 solution. You have to start with the multiplication and come up with 2 over 12. And you can reduce that to 1 over 6. And then the common denominator would be 30. You're multiplying by 6 here, so that's where we get the 18, and by 5, so that's where the 5 comes from. So you should end up with 23 over 30. Practice number 2. 2/3 plus 1/6 minus 5/12. Bonus number 3. 9 over 8 minus 3 over 4. Answer for the bonus should be 3 over 8. Bonus number 4. Solution for the bonus should be 1 and 11 over 21, or if you left it as an improper fraction, I gave you that too. Practice 2 solution. We'll start with this first, the plus, in order from left to right. So the 1 over 6 doesn't have to change, but the 2 over 3 does. So you're multiplying by 2, that's where we get the 4. And you can make that 4 over 6 plus 1 over 6 would be 5 over 6. Come up with a 5 over 6 and then do the 5 over 12, or if you wanted to, you could have made all these 12s to start with. Either way is fine. But if you go back to this and make a common denominator of 12, you have to multiply by 2, so you'll get a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5, so 5 over 12 is the answer. Extra credit number 1. Example number 3. We're going to divide. Division becomes before addition, so if you divide these two, it's 2 over 3 times the reciprocal of 1 over 6, which is 6 over 1. Do that first. If you multiply straight across, you get 12 over 3, which is really simple because 12 over 3 is 4, and then you end up adding a half to that. Now here's something that I could finish the problem now, but I'll show you a bit of extra work. If I were going to change this to a denominator of 2 for the 4, that would be 8 over 2. 8 over 2 plus 1 over 2 is 9 over 2. And the answer goes right back to being 4.5. So anytime you have a whole number plus a fraction, if this fraction is simplified and not a mixed number or improper, then it's just that combined together, 4.5. Example number 4. We have a division problem, but this one is on the back end, so you have to divide first. So leave this one alone out front. So it's 1/4 times the reciprocal of 3 over 8, which is 8 over 3. And you can cross cancel on this. Notice you have a 4 there that goes into itself once and into 8 twice. Or if you want to, we can do this. We can just go ahead and multiply it. 1 times 8 is 8, and 4 times 3 is 12. Now you can reduce that if you want to. That would be 3 over 5 plus 2 over 3, because 4 goes into both of them. And then you would need a common denominator of 15. You're multiplying by 3 here, so that would give us a 9, and by 5 there, so that gives us a 10. 19 over 15, but we must change that to 1 and 4/15. Flashcard, say the answer out loud. 2, 3, and 10. 4, 5, and 8. 5, 10, and 20. 20. 6, 8, and 12. 6, 12, and 15. Practice 3. 5, 6 divided by 2/3 plus 1/4. Bonus number 5. 7 over 10 minus 1 over 6. Answer for the bonus should be 8 over 15. Bonus 6. 11 over 12 minus 1 over 6. Bonus answer is 3 over 4. Practice 3 solution. 5 over 6 divided by 2/3 plus 1/4. You have to do this first. So it's 5 over 6 times 3 over 2. And that would give you 15 over 12. Reduce that. Well, if you reduce that, you're going to end up with 5 over 4, which works out really neat. You don't need a common denominator because it's already there. You come out with 6 over 4, which reduces to 3 over 2. As a mixed number, it's 1.5. Practice number 4. 9/10 minus 5/3 divided by 1/2. Bonus number 7. 5/8 plus 2/3. For the bonus, the answer should be 1 and 7/24. Bonus 8. 2/5 plus 3/8. Answer to the bonus is 31 over 40. Practice 4 solution. 9/10 minus 5/3 divided by 1/2. We'll do the division first. That would be 5 over 3 times 2 over 1. And that simplifies to 10 over 3. So our common denominator would be 30. And you're multiplying by 3 here to get 27, and then by 10 there to get 100. So 27 minus 100 would give you a negative 73 over 30. And that would be a negative 2 and 13/30. Extra credit number 2.